passing of the icons and their emissaries, we found the child.
But brought something else to light.
There's a darkness coming.
In the shadows are old enemies.
And new allies.
What will survive in the dawn?
Of the last Cyclade.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to twitch.tv/Gobbler Games. That's us. Look. My name's Millie. Other people here as well. And we're going to play... should we give it a full title? Full title this early in the night. We're playing Coriolis, Mercy of the Icons, The Last Cyclade, Act 2, The Cyclade Dance, Part 3 of Aram's Secret.
Episode Capybara.
Episode number Capybara.
I'm sure it'd be Capybara number before episode number. I think they featured more than the episode. So.
Yeah,
like we're doing a calendar, yeah.
Capybara calendar.
Yeah.
Oof.
We've only got to page 50 of a 400-page book.
The Capybara calendar. There's one for every day of the Cyclade. Every day. Shenanigans have already begun. Hey Ben, what shenanigans have you been up to since we last saw you? And how is Shanaz?
Shanaz is possibly fine and well. Possibly has been murdered by the Temple of Alarm, whose secrets you still have to tell me.
Oh, I do, yes.
I'll
tell them
and she's going to get some handy dandy surgery soon, just to be on the safe side. And I have been up to as little as humanly possible. Bit of writing, bit of running games. I've gone past 50 pro GM games run.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
You get like a special badge and a sticker.
You do not get either a badge or a sticker.
Not even like a digital badge.
Not even a digital badge. There are lots of people pushing for digital badges. There's a growing swell of we want badges because points, badges, leaderboards, gamification.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Badges, leaderboards. Cool. 50 games. Anyway, have you got as big a accolade as running 50 games to share with us this week, Graham? I'm pretty sure I've got some stickers on a shelf over there if you want.
Sorry?
I've got some stickers on a shelf if you want.
Oh, okay. Well, I just whatever the first sticker is, I'll take that. So it's probably like best parrot, something like that. But
It'll put you in the lead. You'll actually have a sticker.
Yeah.
Physical
I
reward.
do have a sticker that says "Don't fuckle the shuckle," so that feels like winning.
Classy Pokemon stickers in there.
Oh! I also got Wild Sea and Tiebreaker books through, and Apocalypse Keys PDF is through as well. So come and chat with us on Discord about those if you got them, or if you didn't get them, come and find out what they're about.
Or not good. Honest answers. But okay, so you've got a weird shuckle badge. How's your week been?
Saturday and Monday were ace because it was board games in a pub. Some of them of the shouty variety. Work has been super draining and intense. But that's okay because it goes back to normal on Friday. And obviously I got to spend some of it with you, so pretty good. Yeah.
Well played.
It was,
well
yeah.
Good
yeah,
answer.
Yeah, it's smooth at the end, wasn't it?
Just let me delete-
Any XP? Any XP?
just let me
Like a
delete
steel.
some darkness points for how smooth Graham was there.
I think that's an unfair advantage.
No, I did think
Right,
about
Ben?
getting-
Don't you think?
I did
No,
think
not
about
at
getting
all.
Capybara dice as well.
Talk about them on Discord. More things for this. Pete, how are you?
Good. I'm also having a very hard work time at the moment. But as part of our culture thing today, we had a board game afternoon. And I got to play D&D with work colleagues, which was lots of fun. And the first in-person role-playing I've done in 3 years, I think. So it was really good fun just to role-play around a table again, which was cool. Yeah.
Cool. I'm guessing Silsila and Yusuf are reasonably safe because we've not mentioned them. We know Shanaz is a bit nervous, but Silsila and Yusuf just flying casually.
We're in the agency office, which is like super casual backwater shithole style, isn't it? To be fair?
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to the canteen and meet the Ninja Jack, I believe it is.
Ninja Jack, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just messed about with the kind of corporate computer system and rather than
we
the public
did.
one.
Yeah.
So
You found a bit of information.
we could be in trouble.
Oh yes,
on
because
some
we're
stuff.
looking for the
I'm gonna be
person who
red.
did own the ship initially.
Sabitha?
Sabitha,
Sabitha's location/message center. Yeah.
third captain of the ship.
Fair enough then.
Mhm.
I see that Ben has become a Sith. Huh.
Yeah, I've gone red. It's supposed to be yellow, but it shows up as red on
That's okay.
camera for some reason.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So, where should we begin? Let's toss a coin. Let's start a chat in poll. Poll in chat. No, let's not. Let's go down to Gina because I got the picture of. You can have a look at it. Yes,
Ooh.
and my mic still works. Excellent.
Awesome.
Good.
Like I'm getting a warp stone vibe here.
Yeah, there are no
Does
rats.
anyone have tails?
No,
and
there's no such
fur?
thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
It's a Tuesday, not a Wednesday. That can't possibly have been an occurrence here. But this is Aram's Ravine. This is and it's this whole sort of yellowish.
This is the acid rain gas.
Yeah,
isn't it?
the
The
acid
green,
rain kind of gas. And it's all lit up, and you can see it's linked up by little ridges and stuff all around, rather than nice sort of ways left and right. If I
Yeah.
look up further, I look further up on my secret PDF.
Oh.
Did we finish tinkering with radios or slicing computers to learn stuff?
I believe you did.
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
you also contacted.
Oh, we went back to play cards, didn't we?
You also contacted
Oh.
Shanaz. You told her about stuff. What?
I don't know who put the poll in, but should we feature more capybara?
Yeah, we'd seen that there was like a recording tagged at the Shana residence,
Yes, the Shana residence.
Oh yes, I actually wrote that down. Yeah, and who is Lana?
and they paid them lots.
And someone called Lana got paid as well.
Yeah, and separately enough to be a secure transaction to Lana. And it's like
Alright.
2 months ago.
So see where this like red glow is on the map. It's like just north,
Yeah,
over to the
yeah.
side of Pete. Near there is the Lana residence. Yeah. So like where mine and Pete's fingers would intersect. I need to get my pings. I need to get my little pings.
Yeah.
The latest OBS didn't make them work, and I did fix it earlier. Oh, I didn't do my homework. Yeah, but up near that red sort of haze is where the residence is. Further down near where that bridge, like the archway is, that's a bathhouse. What else have we got? Like there's what? The bathhouse, cantina. There's a doctor's office. There's a Muaa, which is kind of like a restaurant, like a cantina you can stay at, like an inn versus a tavern if you want.
Mhm. Yeah,
So there's that.
Go.
Should we feature more capybara? Has 100% yes, blue yes.
I mean, I don't. How many people voted?
It doesn't matter.
I did.
But a lot of blue yes, not pink yes. Yeah, but there's a cantina, a Muaa. What else have we got on here? There's like directions to the silk farms. There is the offices of the colonial agency. That kind of stuff going on. The colonial agency is
It's in
the round
hotel. It's
the round building, like over that way.
the right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the round. So you can see like there's a round building near the middle. That's the colonial agency.
Yeah. So there's the red thing, the sort of domey thing, kind of further into the map,
Mm-hmm.
and then sort of right and still further in the round thing is the colonial offices.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a basic. Hang on.
There we go.
I'm gonna do a basic thing.
Just a blob.
Yeah. just gonna do.
No worries. So Yusuf, we could go and talk to Nina Jack,
Nina Jack, yeah.
and ask about who lives here, who's the notable people. See what she says about Shana or Lana.
There you go. Like X marks the spot.
Sure.
I mean, it might be nice to know who they are before we go traipsing around asking about them.
Okay. So you want to go and find Nina Jack?
Well, that's a suggestion. You have got any?
Yeah. Sounds good. I can be primed to.
Yeah. Cool.
Let me just check.
All right then. Cantina bound.
Yeah, so Nina Jack is in, what was it called? The Oasis Cantina. Best cantina on Gina. The only cantina on Gina. As she sort of mentioned when we saw her in her workshop, which was just full of crap everywhere.
Yes.
She gave us this ground car ride to Aram's Ravine, dropped you off at the Colonial Agency hotel that was covered in mold and moss and shit, and just like they were hopeful people would come downstairs from the spa. You were probably among the first 10 who have done that. But we're heading over to this cantina to see her.
We were going to try and recruit her, weren't we, Graham?
I believe adopt is the official term.
Adopt, kidnap.
Recruit implies we have anything to pay them with. And also, or organise.
T-shirts.
Adopt is a much looser term that only implies food.
Yeah. Food. Okay. We got some spare capybaras. We can do that.
We have. All right, so we head into this Oasis Cantina. There is like a thick kind of haze in the place, and it's not like the acid rain outside. It's from all like the hookah, like it's all the smoking and everything that's going on in here. And there's like this warm sort of tobacco-filled sort of smoke that kind of hits you. Everybody seems to have short glasses, like they're not serving drinks in big cups. This is shorts or nothing kind of place. And as you kind of glance around, you can see that they must have their own sort of still towards the back of the cantina. Towards the back wall, it looks like there is something that they're making. Every now and again, it sort of jiggers and kind of there's a burp or something. Like they're making their own homebrew to serve in their own cantina, consume at your own.
Making everlasting gobstoppers.
Yeah. Around, you can also see like folks moving backwards and forwards, and they've either got like small jugs of this clear-looking liquor, or small teapots, and you can see it's got like a lot of like leaves and stuff in, loose leaf, mint leaves or something as well, some sort of greenery in there, and lots of kind of hot tea. Those seem to be your two options, or at least the only two options the majority of the patrons pick. You can also see that there are people playing a lot of this game of Shah. Also, card games as well. Shah, I think, is... let me double check. Yeah, Shah is like a game on a board. It's more like... Backgammon or Othello,
okay.
That kind of stuff. Like it's an aggressive sort of tack kind of game going on. Things being...
That sounds more like Yusuf's kind of game.
Yeah.
Like on Algol with like...
Yeah, very sort of kind of things. And there's some old guys who are obviously like just sharking their way through, never bought a drink in the last 10 years sort of thing. And yeah, it's almost exclusively to the look of Yusuf, like miners, like old, well, not old, but weathered looking folks.
They've done a proper hard day's work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these folks have, yeah.
All their life.
Going around individually hugging them all.
I am
Fist bumping.
kind of just like enjoying the ambiance of working people. Like this is like life.
Sweat.
This is life. This is life.
Fair enough.
Gosh. Poor Basile, a new best friend up above, that has done a lot of work, but mind. All right, so we look around. We find Nina Jack. They're sat at a table. They've got looks like some sort of dates, like a bowl of dates, maybe some sort of nuts or something, and then some tea. And they're sat there eating this, going over some stuff on a tabula. They are not drinking the hard liquor. They are just reclining, relaxing kind of thing.
I will.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna buy 2 shots of grappa or whatever it is.
Yeah. You just like 2 over here.
I gotta give one to Silcilla. I'm not
Sure.
gonna drink 2. Jug.
Yeah.
Like, what are we, lightweights?
Yeah. Can I have a jug of Sex on the Beach, please?
The umbrellas and the ice cream.
Long Island iced tea. 2 for 1 on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah, so the staff member like looks at you when you say 2 shots, looks at you a little bit like, oh, you okay. They come back with 2 shot glasses and a thing. That's what they like. 2
Okay.
shots? What? Why only 2 shots? Oh, 2 shot glasses. All right, sure,
Yeah,
sure. Puts it down. Asks if you want like a pipe or anything brought over. Does the sort of the hospitality kind of thing, and then
Yep.
and then
And some of these, I'll point at whatever Jack's eating.
yeah, all right, they bring okay, and they go off to sort like all this kind of stuff out, leaving you relatively in peace. The other side of the table, you can see folded up one of these Shah boards, like obviously Nina Jack has folded away and pushed it to the side. As you were walking through, you can see some of them have it inlaid on the tables like a permanent board. Others have it separate. Nina Jack's like, so you've spoke to the and she tomorrow, and
I do like a one shoulder shrug and say, yeah.
they're gonna come and fix your ship for you. Do you still need me? Like,
No,
she's
no.
assuming you've contacted the colonial agency. They're just going to come
Oh
and
no,
sort you
we're
out.
miles away from anywhere. No, we still have a deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I was going to have some food and get warm a bit, and then I'll head back to my workshop and just check my inventory,
I don't think
which
we're in
you
a rush.
imagine would be basically she's
No,
going to
don't-
scramble
don't-
through shit.
yeah. Enjoy your food.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Do you want a tour of Ravine, or
We'll start with like a just talk as like what is there here? Who are the interesting people to hang out with for the night? Like have you played this game before? I point at the board to Yusuf.
We've got something similar. Yeah.
there's probably a variation of it. It's,
Yeah.
What is it like the?
Could you show? Yeah. Let's chat while we play.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So she puts a tabula down, moves things around, and you can see she said there's not that much to do on Gina, even with like entertainment feeds and the bulletin and everything else coming around. She's set this up a million times before, almost like nonchalantly. Puts things down, gestures to Yusuf, who's going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, gestures to Yusuf. And then so like who's cool to see here? Like, not like I don't mean to be rude, folks, but nobody really comes to the ravine unless you've like, we have some drop-offs and some pickups, obviously, with the mining and the silkworms and stuff, but
Is that like a lucrative thing, the silkworms?
I think they're more like a side kind of.
Are these like giant silkworms?
And she gestures like, this
Oh.
big kind of thing.
Oh, I was thinking like
You can ride it.
space giant silkworms.
No.
Oh, God, I was getting all excited.
I wonder
Oh.
if, like, those folks, like the fancy folks, could engineer it. And she picks up a tabula and makes a note. Like, I wonder if you could genetically engineer. Would they make fat silk? And you can see, like, her brain has already gone off on 17 other questions about it. And then she goes, oh, sorry, and makes another move on the game.
So who owns the mines and stuff then?
Well, there's two folks. There's Lohorak. He says he's the mine lord. He owns like a big part of the operation and does a lot of the infrastructure and that kind of stuff.
Mine lord.
I know, yeah, it's a bit of a...
And does he wear a hat or a crown or something?
No, get this right. He always wears his armor. Like, he's got this ceramic armor that he never takes off. And she leans forward.
Does he smell or something?
I don't know, but he's weird.
Sounds like it. Does he have, like, Lahorak, does he have, like, loads of people working for him and they all have to, like, kneel down or something? Sounds...
I mean, I've never been to one of his meetings. Like, obviously, there's folks who contracts to do shifts and stuff. He's a bit intense, but we don't really have. We're cut off. Like, we're not cosmopolitan.
No. Hey, don't worry. I've seen all kinds of weird people in the mining industry. I spent years on Algol, digging in the dirt. And
like, you can imagine her and Kirsch would get on really well because she immediately starts going, oh, they have them huge domes because of the and like the, do you know they were gonna, and it's like somebody's reading you the technical specs and that kind of stuff about like
Hitchhiker's Guide to Algol.
She's never been there, never left Gina.
It's a shithole.
I would love to see the TK-47 drills they use. That kind of stuff.
They said they were an upgrade on the 4.6s, but they just the transmissions never held. I don't know what it was.
And she's like, oh, I bet it's and like she's going through stuff and I have a thing on that, and it's like, oh, sorry, my turn. Goes back to the game, that kind of stuff. And then there's my aunt. She owns the other portion of the operation for the mine. She shouldn't stay. Like, since my uncle Harbill died, she should cash out, go up to Calderina, and then head home.
Right.
She doesn't need to be. She's an old lady. Like, you should just cash out. This place is shithole.
So that would mean then would she pass that on to you, or would she sell it?
I think she should sell it. I mean, then we can all maybe leave. But I guess she's been here for a while.
No offense though, right? Like the green shit outside, it doesn't really make me think home sweet home. I know people get attached to a place when they put effort and time and their sweat and blood into it. But like, if you could get out of here, wouldn't you want to? The first chance I got to get off alcohol, I was gone.
Yeah. I mean, I depends on how you're going, right? Because I've got a lot of shit in my workshop that's really important. I'm working on a lot of projects. They're going to be really cool when they're done.
Well, you can keep doing that. You just have to like find some spaceship turn up with some friendly people who need talented engineers to go with them, fix their ship, and develop cool things as they go.
She's like, yeah. When's that ever going to happen on Gina?
I gotta down my thing. I don't know. Good luck.
But yeah, my aunt, she should cash out. But I get it, right? Because she doesn't think that the accident in the mine with my uncle was an accident. And of course she doesn't. Because you don't want that sort of thing to happen. You want, accidents.
So when you say she owns half of it, does do they split all the mines 50-50, or do one part do like one half of the operation and the other do the other half?
It's like shifts, right? So they own a percentage of who can drill on the shifts and the contracts to take out the people to do the different mining times. Like,
and is it 50-50?
She's a little bit ahead, but I don't get involved in the maths. I think she has a little bit over the Lord.
Okay.
Or I don't know.
The Lord.
Yeah. She shrugs.
Is she the mining lord?
No,
Like, she's more important than him.
she leans forward and they go, well, they call her the Salt Widow. That's the...
That is a much cooler name.
Yeah.
Like, I am the mining lord. Salt
Yeah, that's
Widow
like,
sounds a bit, you know.
Yeah. You don't give yourself the name as well, right? So like he calls himself the Mine Lord because he's overcompensating. People call her the Salt Widow. That's cool. That's cool. I have another shot.
Yeah. Jack joins in. She's like, yeah, but, you know.
That was my shot.
Don't say that loud. We've got a jug. We're now sloshing it all over the board and stuff.
Everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, it's just, you know, we don't have that big a, you know, we don't get Stars of Dabara. Like, we were only just up to season 3 on the updates.
Which one is Shinaz on?
7? Was it 7 or something?
I think we had something.
Like, we've got one of those.
Have you got all the seasons?
No, we have a star.
No, we got one of the Stars of Dabara.
And she just looks at you like, and takes another shot.
I take off my, like, look, I'm wearing a Shabazz t-shirt.
I will get my fancy tabula out and show her the last crew photo.
She's not seen that far into the season, right? So she
no, I know. And then flip, Stars of Dabara YouTube video.
YouTube.
Right. Remember, I was trying to watch them to like catch up.
Remember, judge, not contestant.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrity judge.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Don't you lump me in with the proles?
No, you are literally a star of Dabaran, and the people on there wanted to become a star of Dabaran.
Nah.
All right, so we sort of fade out after a moment with Nina Jack being recruited into the fold, and return to Caladrina. What is Shinaz? So Shinaz had this polite conversation, and then also afternoon in the courtesan lounge. After that, after like some light food, and stuff. What are her plans? Just
muted, yeah. I think she very much wanted to follow up with the alarm lady for another little conversation, because she's got a lot of information to dump on her about shit that's gone down and stuff that she's seen, and she's been desperate to try and reach out to Alarm for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, partly to sort of build a bridge and say, look, I know I shouldn't have done this, but I was scared and desperate at the time. And then this other stuff happened, and this other stuff happened, and it all just kind of snowballed out of control. And then introduce them to the idea of the Courtesans Guild that I've been building, and try and show them that I'm an asset rather than a liability.
Okay.
Also not a heretic.
Not a heretic. Okay.
Mostly.
So we contact them.
Yeah, make sure of that one.
Not the heretics. Very not the heretics. Do not upset the secret assassins.
Yeah.
All right, so we contact them for perhaps another meeting. At the do you specify anything? Or you just like, please, could we meet again? I like the conversation, you know, that kind of.
I think kind of, yeah. I think there would certainly be an element of almost desperation about it, but obviously it wouldn't be desperation because that would be very gauche.
Yeah, but sort of.
I think she might actually try honesty.
Oh, okay.
I know it's pretty groundbreaking.
It is, yeah. Okay, so what is the honesty that and how do you send? Do you send a message to the lounge?
I'll send a message to her directly saying it was wonderful having the opportunity to meet with you and converse. I would love for the opportunity for us to talk again. I'm sure I have something that will interest you. At your convenience, please do give me a call.
Okay. So you send this off to Hera. Basile comes in later on that, like maybe after you've had a chance to have a cup of tea or something, change into your evening dress or whatever, recoil your hair perfectly, something like that. Comes in and he says, I found out who did the, and he looks forward like he's well into the conspiracy stuff now. He leans forward, he's like, I found the person who did the sabotage.
Well done.
Yes.
That was quick.
Well, it took a day. Is that too long?
No, that's very quick.
Oh, okay, good. I found, where is he? Scroll. I found video of one man who came up this afternoon from Gina. He met with the kitchen guy, gave him some supplies from the planet, and it was the same man who came to the ship and broke or touched the ship from the outside. So someone from the planet came and talked to have a name for the kitchen staff member. So let's, in tradition of putting blame on someone, call him Aziz. He came to see Aziz, and then Aziz went and did the things. Now I can't find Aziz. He's not on his shift when he should be. But it's got to be him, right? We don't get many from Gina come up, and we don't go to touch other people's ships very often. But it must be that person. They're not there. It must be Aziz.
I imagine that Aziz is more than likely dead, I'm afraid.
Oh. That will make it very hard to find him.
Yes, and when you do find him, he's probably folded up in a locker somewhere, and it won't be a nice find. But you've done amazing work. I'm very impressed.
And he shows you like a CCTV still of this person talking to a kitchen staff member. It's very tall chap, quite pale. Very perfectly cropped sort of beard and goatee that does not look anything like an evil person's goatee.
No, of course not.
And then this just a caftan that you see every now and again. It's got some sort of gold embroidery down it. He moves in the CCTV. Yeah, Pete's evil beard.
Well, I'll catch a still of that and beam it down to the boys with a message that says, this is the guy who damaged the ship. What was the message from them? I'm sure I got a message from them earlier, but I was busy at the time.
I think it was
Wasn't
something...
it like, Dear Shanaz, we got bombed, but we're fine, thanks.
Don't get married.
Don't get married.
Don't get married.
Yeah, won't be able to get back up for wedding reception. Don't get married. Not sure it included that bit, but
I think that was your idea.
But yeah, they've definitely told you like been sabotaged, ship broken, might be late.
I'll send them the picture of the guy that did it. This is the man who sabotaged you, who did the damage to your ship. You should get in touch with his insurers.
Yeah, good.
Like, I just read it. This is my, so I'm like, my hand's in my pocket on my pistol. They get in touch with his insurers. I'm like looking at the pistol, looking at the message, then looking at you, so
yeah. Yeah. Are you winning? Are you losing, Yusuf? Who knows? Are you following this version of the game?
It's like playing it. I'm not very good at it.
No, I just like playing.
It's fun.
So yeah, Basile shows you this. They're a bit like, this is very exciting, this adventure thing, this finding secrets. Am I going to get killed?
Hope not. You've been very useful.
I hope not as well. I have your evening meal, by the way. And he goes off to like, oh, I'm supposed to be your staff. I'm going to go and do that as well. And you sort of turn to attend to something or other, and food is brought in, and you hear Basile say, "Oh, so, I'm sorry, Shanaz, I didn't realize you had a guest coming. I would have made food for two. I'll go to the kitchens. I'll go get some more." And he nods at Hera, like he knows who Hera is, like she's been around before, and he leaves. And Hera is stood there again in robes that from a distance would look quite plain and simple, but when you get up close are very very finely made, very subtle, like probably got lotus embroidered in the black cloth sort of thing, because we're never subtle in nature. Never subtle.
There's subtle and then there's subtle.
So Hera moves in. Says, "It's okay. I didn't plan on eating here anyway. But if you have some water or some tea, I will join you." And Basile's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I've messed up. I was too busy being excited about being in an adventure, and now I've offended everybody." And Hera moves forward and sits down and says, "So you have more things to tell, more things to share, more things to convince me of?"
Well, I was planning on telling you everything from the beginning, as I am aware of it. This is important to me. I've been trying to do this on my own. I've tried to keep true to my teachings and everything I've learned. But I have also learned that we cannot do this alone. And I will give her a full download of everything, including the butterfly ships, the Vestal, the Nazarene cultists. Just not hold anything back. The folks on Dabara who are tangled up with the Nazarene, the kids, the lot.
So she sits and she listens to all of this. Could you make an empathy roll? Let's see, like, how well she receives it. Like, I don't want to make a roll because I'm the GM. It should be on Shanaz.
Flat empathy?
Yeah, just a flat empathy. Like, how strongly, how convincing, how...
2 successes.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Do you tell her about like impersonating an aspect of Uhaya and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I'll even come clean about that.
All right. So she sits and listens, like almost, like a perfect courtesan might sit and listen to a story told by someone, like full attention. And you understand it's not just, this is like essentially Bene Gesserit style attention being wavered upon you.
But what I'll do is I will also miss out all of the flowery language and embellishments that would usually go alongside this kind of retelling.
Yeah.
And I'll present it more like a report than a story.
Just the facts, ma'am. That kind of stuff.
This is rumour control. These are the facts.
Oh, it's such a good... Oh, it's brilliant. All right, so and she sits. If she was part of the Martian Navy, she might have already taken the truth-sensing drug, that kind of stuff. Where the eyes go wide and that kind of stuff. But she doesn't need to because she's just a mystical space assassin, or so we believe. And she sits there and she listens to it, and it takes a good 2 hours perhaps to relay everything. Going back
full descriptions of what the Vestal looks like, how they manifest, intricate, detailed follow-ups contrived excuses for sending Basile away as often as possible. Even if it means hanging a do not disturb sock on the door.
I mean, Basile's, trained well as a concierge of the residence, so to speak. You can say, "Don't disturb us until we call for you," and he will go away.
True, yeah.
He's not like, for all his excitement about intrigue and being involved in adventure and possibly getting murdered, he's also relatively good at his job.
But I'll also tell her about the number of people that left Coriolis to go to the pariah ship as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Alarm are opposed to the pariah, aren't they?
It's one of those complicated situations, as is everything in Coriolis. Quite complicated. So she listens to all that, takes it in, and she's like, and with the biosculptors, what were you doing with them today?
The biosculptors have been duped by a story told about one of my people, Silsila, the pilot. We were at the Cyclade ball, and the High Captain decided it was essential that Silsila be recognized as Zenithian, so had their functionaries contrive a bloodline. And of course, the bloodline got out into the media. The biosculptors have passed that information on, and they want to verify the truth of it, to quest for the perfect genome. So I was moving them away from that line of inquiry.
And she nods. And you realize that's like one of the first questions she's asked in like the past 2 hours. Like, she's literally just listened and even when you've paused, she's done that thing of not speaking, so you're like, oh, I must continue speaking. Which as a courtesan you'll know, and there's probably at some point you've gone, oh, I've been out courtesaned kind of situation. And she considers everything, and she's like, think you are a confusing courtesan. Where was it you completed your training? There's 2 courtesan places, if Ben doesn't know. Shanaz would obviously know. Mira and Coriolis. They're the 2 courtesan academies. Where was it you completed your training?
Probably would have been Coriolis, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's the easiest one to get to. Like, there's more training. Mira is also the place where the Seekers come from, and there's a big place where Church of the Icons is formed. So Mira is a big holy city.
Yeah, I think it was probably Coriolis, because she's a slightly more political courtesan than she probably should be.
And she nods. She says, what's your history, Shanaz?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. You faded out for a second.
Sorry, how is your history, Shanaz?
Generally, I would say it is adequate.
Very well. Adequate. Never actually adequate. Tomorrow at and she gives like an early time. We will have a history lesson. You meet me at the Courtesan Lounge after breakfast. We'll begin. She shouts to Basile, you may come in now with food or whatever it is you were bringing. I'm done. Thank you for your honesty. Heads off.
Thank you for not murdering me.
Yeah, but I mean, you get the impression, because obviously she's not completely decided whether to not murder you.
Yeah.
History lesson might be the story of St. Thomas Aquinas. Got that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And she perhaps is to go and relay information to somebody else before she's either allowed to.
Yeah, I would like to think that some of the stuff we've seen might need to go further up the food chain.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Like the fact that she hasn't begun the history lesson right now, when clearly there's time, and she's she's clearly going off to talk to people, and tomorrow morning she's either going to have a murder or a history lesson. Do one of the two things. Like, Shanaz is very much walking a tightrope of stuff.
I think she knows that, and is actually slightly bricking it, because every other encounter that she's been in this kind of situation, whether it's been a kidnap or a possible murder, she's immediately started looking for how to turn it to her advantage and use her manipulation to flip it back on the people who are doing it. But she literally cannot do that here.
Bit sort of lost. No, not lost. Stripped of tools.
It's kind of outgunned.
Yeah, definitely outgunned when it comes to the temple. All right, so Shanaz is left. Like, in the evening, are you going to do anything? Are you going to, like, I don't know, do some history research or look up things? Or
I don't think they're going to have the kind of histories that she wants to talk about. With history would come under culture, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I have 8 dice in that.
Okay.
Shanaz is not adequate at history. She's exceptional at history.
Okay.
But not the secret stuff.
All right,
so actually, I think what she's going to do is probably work out.
Okay, so you're going to go do some exercise.
Yeah, hit the gym, hit the pool, hit the sauna.
Yeah.
Try and do that not worrying by being physically exhausted thing.
Okay. Also, the biosculptors gave you like a regime before you can have your biosculpting, so
that's true as well.
Might as well hit that. All right, so Shanaz gathers up some exercise kit and heads to one of the many spa gym sessions. Whether she's going to join a collective group session of heated yoga or a private gym by herself.
Yeah, I think it's a by yourself kind of feeling. It's treadmill and machines and swimming.
Well, Adia is swimming, so they will take you swimming. All right, so Shanaz goes for the gym.
Shanaz goes to the gym in a luxury hotel. What's happening on the horrible poison planet?
Yeah, what is happening on the horrible poisoning planet? So you've had a couple of hours of chatting with Nina Jack, playing Shah, drinking rock gut, and eating dates and pistachio nuts.
I mean,
yeah, tomorrow's going to be a swift morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They'll probably bring some sort of food round later in the evening, but you get the impression like whatever this roast is, like everybody's getting. There's no choice on the menu. It's tea. Do you want food or not? Is your option. Not would you like the vegetarian or the meat option? Like,
do we recognize the person in the picture?
You don't. And scanning around, you don't see them in this place.
Yes, Nina Jack.
Yeah.
Stuff?
Yeah.
Just like, oh man, boss has said we got to send a message to somebody. Like, do you know who this guy is?
You hand it over. She does that thing where she zooms in and opens her face. She goes, "Oh, that's Bofast. That's my aunt's. What does she call him? My aunt's.
Assassin."
No.
Are we gonna have a Han Solo and Grebo moment?
That's my aunt's butler. Like, yeah, that's Bofast. What do you need to tell him? Like, we can go down now. They're probably finished serving he's probably finished serving him aunt tea, and once that's wrapped up, he doesn't really. She goes to bed well early. So, do you want to go? And she starts like, there's probably only a couple more turns till I beat Yusuf again.
Hey. In my mind, I'm thinking, the Mine Lord is the sane guy, is the good guy. What?
I know. I was all like fully on Salt Widow, and now like,
yeah. There's a reason she's called the Salt Widow. Yeah. Lahorak didn't kill her husband; she did. Yeah. Well, hang on. Wasn't there a I know we got to run a few errands down here while we're down here. Wasn't there the Shana residence we had to go and
Oh,
like?
yeah, that's my aunt.
Oh, okay, cool. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shanna, that's my aunt.
Frying pan, super hot industrial oven.
Yeah,
fire.
cool. Well, then.
And Jack is like delighted, right? She's like, we're going to get everything done so quickly.
Serendipitous, right? Why did we have 12 shots before we decided to do this? Anyway. Gotcha.
We don't play with the rule of.
That's alcohol rules.
Red. But
Look, if you don't let
Red
me
goes
win,
3 times.
she's got to set fire to the
red
board.
and there's a 2 minutes of like rule
Hey,
confirmation.
we played 11 games your way.
Yeah. Okay, you can win this one.
I'll pay up.
Fine. It's like, she gives you 3 dates.
Awesome.
3 dates, 2 pistachios. Yeah.
They all go in at the same time.
Is Shauna your aunt's first or second name?
Let's say it's first.
Okay.
Like-
Okay. Does your aunt have a sister?
I don't have any other aunts. No.
Oh.
No. Why?
Just
Okay.
curious.
Like,
Hey, maybe Yusuf needs to go for a long wee now.
you can only long
No, a
wee.
short wee I can do at the table. That's fine.
Only
Right,
long
you know
wee
what,
if he's
uh,
already met them.
Nina Jack, you know what? No, I want to know if she knows who Lana is.
I really like her and trust her. So I'm like, I'm not even thinking about it now. We've been playing this game and having too much fun.
I would like to play one game of Shah, was it?
Shah.
Okay.
Shah. Shah.
Cool.
Okay. Fine. Nina Jack orders another pot of tea. 'Cause obviously you've had a lot of shots. Sets up so she can play Silsila. Takes a moment. Is like, oh, did you want to play Yusuf?
No, I'll play you. It's fine.
Okay. Sure.
I'm going for a wee.
Then we can both.
I'll walk
be-
off.
And plays a game of Shah against Silsila. Is there anything you wanted to ask her while you're playing, like, any more?
No, I suppose that like how long has
Bofas.
Bofas? I was going to call him
Bofas.
Bojack. How long?
Bojack. Bojack Butler.
It'd be easy to see. Like how long has Bofas worked for her aunt and things like that?
Does this guy look nasty? Does he look hench? Does he look like
I mean, he looks like
he looks evil? Yeah,
he's got this goatee.
yeah.
And he's quite well
he's evil.
kept.
Okay. Is he like
He is big,
or
like
augmented
compared...
or stuff?
No, it doesn't look augmented.
Because there's a lot of these
A
sculpt
vaudeville,
people.
vaudeville magician that works out.
Yeah. But compared with like the culinary staff, he's sort of within the short snip of CCTV you've got. He is big, but he's old. Like there's probably salt and pepper in this beard, and his hair is pretty shaved.
You sure it's me? It's not. Is it me?
Is it Pete? It's Pete.
Yeah.
Bofas is
But
Pete.
salt and pepper in his beard. He's got short hair.
You could make an what would it be? Either be like an observation role or perhaps say manipulation, maybe. Watching it, see if you can pick up any other details about him.
Oh. Can I observe it?
Yeah, sure.
Now you assist.
Let's see if this works.
All right, yeah.
If
If
this
your
works.
Silsila can assist, then you can have a extra dice. Look at that, there's a dice cam. Look at that dice tray. Oh, facehugger, roll a panic check.
Yeah.
6.
Did you add in an extra dice from Silsila helping you?
No.
You want to roll that now? Silsila didn't help.
I mean, that's better than my normal rolls.
Got a success.
All right, so we got one success. You can't tell exactly, but there's definitely something military. Like you can't narrow it down. Like there's a whole, but he's definitely like,
Where he carries himself.
yeah, just the way he carries himself, like perhaps like the way he stops, like, you know, he's just resisting that sort of halt kind of half step sort of thing. But he's very definitely military, and not Silsilla style military, like
Proper military.
like
Uncool military.
the uncool military. Yeah, he's definitely uncool military. Yeah.
Yeah.
Old
It's a ground
Bowfus.
pounder.
Yeah, ground pounder is a brilliant way to explain it. But yeah, there's hard to pinpoint. There's a lot of options, whether it's a PMC or a Legionnaire or the fucking ground people that Silsilla used to drive the bus for, that kind of stuff. Hard to tell, but something about it makes you think, yeah, you know, could have been a guard, Coriolis guard. No, probably not, but Coriolis guard are a bit chill by comparison. This dude is very definitely not chill.
He might just have been, you know, the hall monitor of the Coriolis Guard.
Yeah, he might have been the rules lawyer of the station.
He's a parking attendant.
Judicar. A Judicar is another thing.
attendant.
Like Azaka. Is it Azaka?
Okay.
No, that's somebody else.
That's the D&D.
That's the D&D
guy.
Weird Tagger. Ooh, spoilers for a D&D thing.
gonna
If you know
say,
Azaka,
I-
I've just
I-
ruined that.
Whoa.
Whoa. It
Whoa.
was published a long time ago. Never mind.
But yeah, the
The Judicar for the judge in the last season.
Sure.
Yeah. the bad one.
Yeah, she was bad. But yeah,
Okay.
he could have been one of them. Could have been
Okay.
a Coriolis judge.
Yeah, it makes sense to have your butler be an ex-military guy who can, you know, assassinate people or fix stuff.
Ex-husband in 8 you.
Yep.
We should fly there in a ship and blow him up.
I mean, you could do. Do you
It's not
want
a
to?
serious suggestion, sorry. Just
Like-
in case.
While we're playing this game, Nina Jack's drinking the tea, just chatting about, like, you know, have you thought about upgrading stuff? Conversations that she could clearly have with Kirsch.
Yeah,
that
well,
kind
you
of
know,
stuff.
have we invited her to come with us?
Not quite.
Okay.
Throwing the
Like-
seed out there. We're just waiting for
Yeah,
it to.
yeah. I mean, she come spend some time on the ship and then
Yeah.
maybe have those conversations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I've got to go back to my workshop. Maybe I could call in and make sure your ship is all good. Sometimes the acid, the cloud, the mist is not good. People, I've got some like a coating. I mean, I know you fly in space and stuff, but it's different.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Very cool.
But do you want me to take you to my aunt's place? Do you want me to go and introduce you to them?
Sure. I mean, sure.
Why not?
Sure.
Look at us doing a plot.
You in a plot?
What's going on?
I know.
It's all about to go horribly wrong.
I tricked you into doing a plot.
Get them to ask the questions and then, look, fooled you.
Just run in and scream, Sabitha! See what happens.
Okay.
All right, cool. We're going to Austin Powers it.
Sure. Yeah, we could do that as well. All right, so we head out into the night, into Aram's Ravine, cross over a bunch of bridges around, and head up to the Salt Widow's residence.
I don't like that name anymore.
No?
We call it Widow Salty instead.
The Salty
Widow Salty. Brilliant.
Um,
Gonna shout he's behind you at some point.
she takes you out, takes you over that way.
So that's what Bofas is going to
Yeah, Bofas is going to take you out. Pew, pew. Two shots. And at like the entrance, instead of, you know, like stuff, she literally just presses like the buzzer and goes, Bofas, it's me. And that's like the whole conversation. And there's a buzz, the door opens.
We
we're
should
in.
probably have had a conversation the way you said, like, about
Yeah,
how we were going to handle
yeah.
this.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe before we leave,
Yeah.
both go for a wee.
So
You can't follow us there, yeah.
there's an
Exactly.
opportunity, right? There's opportunity, right? So Nin Jack is like, oh, if I'm going to my aunt's, I just need to go to the bathroom and probably wash my face. That
Yeah,
kind of
no
stuff.
worries.
So she gets up, she goes
Yeah.
she goes away to give
Very
you.
dirty.
I tried to clean last week.
I've just
Got like like stains where she's like
throw my
goggles
drink
on.
in her face.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. So
goggles.
Nina Jack goes to the bathroom before you leave.
We're off on a like a stately home visit with the dude who blew our ship up for reasons we don't understand.
Yeah, like now, like that. The what happened to our ship? Was that just enough to bring it down, or would it have possibly blown it up?
I think that unless you had an amazing pilot, you'd have gone into like a flat spin and hammered into the nearest mountain or ground.
Okay. So it's definitely to destroy us, right? So we were coming down. They knew he was
Like there would have been safer things to do, like
sure, like message us.
I mean, yeah. But I meant sabotage wise. You could have just like I don't know, like detuned an engine, so we got there thinking, oh, maybe the acid's got inside the engine. We'll stop and have someone look at it, sort of thing.
Sure.
But it was a bomb on the outside of the ship in the vents.
Yeah.
Are we just going to show
so
him
it sounds like the Salt
CCTV
Widow
and
is
say,
like
"So,
it's
buddy."
like. But why us?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because it's that ship and Sabitha. Like they saw that ship and they're like, "Oh my god, she's back. We need to take her out."
We haven't been here. They did this before we came here.
No, but Sabitha's been here.
But what I'm saying is, how they didn't know the ship was in the nice place.
No, maybe they just saw it or registered or checked the internet or whatever, and saw that our ship, which used to be someone else's ship, docked. And rather than ask questions, they just put a bomb on it.
So
I don't know.
Are you suggesting we just go with, oh, hi, yeah, we've come for a social call. How are you doing?
Maybe they don't know it's us on that ship.
Yeah.
And they saw the ship, which is familiar.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does indeed. How do you want to play it when we get there?
Like we want to hire your niece to join our crew. We thought we'd come and talk to you.
Oh yeah, cool. Now you won't blow the fucking ship up, will you, eh? Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, actually, then that would direct them to the fact that we now own that ship, and we may therefore have spoken to Sabitha about something bad that happened. Yeah.
We've got
okay.
a human shield. That's the point of this, right? Yeah.
I don't know
It's like
about
a
that.
fucking
I don't know
space
about that.
agency. All coming back to me now. All right, then. Let's go. And do you have a weapon?
Okay, but look, you may need to talk to them, right? Because I may be doing my thing.
Okay, that's cool. Do you have a weapon?
Yeah. I pull out my Vulcan carbine.
I'm not sure that's 100%.
I've got a pistol.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's good. If you didn't have one, I was going to say, look, you can take my accelerated pistol, and I'll take my mercurium sword.
Well, I've got an accelerated pistol and a baton. So,
all right, there we go then. They're like tooled up.
Yeah, if we get close, I can
Give him a stern rap on the nose.
ruin someone's day.
I mean, okay, yeah, that's cool. All right then, she's back now.
Oh yeah, Nina Jack you can see her weaving through the tables. And you're like, all right, let's wrap this up. Nina Jack looks like she's made an effort to comb her hair.
I do.
And
not of approval on a
she's wiped some of the dirt and stains off her shirt. Like there's a wet patch kind of. Where
She made a clean patch.
Yeah, where she's clearly been scrubbing some stuff off a shirt. Her hands are clean, and you can see she's like picking stuff out of her nails as she walks across the thing and like wiping it, and then like looking at her pants and like shit kind of thing. She's like, all right, okay, I'm ready. We can go and see my aunt if you want. Okay, so we cut back to literally rings a buzzer on the bell and goes, Bofast, it's me.
It's like Blades in the dark, isn't it? What did you do earlier that stops you dying?
Yeah.
Now?
Flashback. I got to get a trash can. Think trash can.
I'll get a cardboard box. They won't have played that game. It's thousands of years old at this point, so yeah. Hide myself as a bush or whatever.
All right, so we head all the way to the Salt Widow's residence. Where is it? Described on. Right. Cool. So it's quite it's not. For somebody who owns so much of the mine, as Nina Jack has explained, you were expecting maybe something fancy, but it's literally like 4 rooms. One of them being the hall. Nina Jack brings you in, and she's like, take your outside boots off and hang your coat up there, kind of thing, like that kind of stuff.
Look at you, sir. Don't have any.
Nina Jack has clearly got
I've
like
got a hole in my sock.
Like knives and forks, yeah. You go from the outside in.
What are you talking about? I'll just take my boots off.
Yeah, I'll take my boots off.
All right, so take your boots off.
My left big toe pokes out of my sock.
Nice.
It's a big,
I'm wearing like embroidered space agency socks.
colonial issue has got
It's everything embroidered. It's like
oh,
you got a big
by his
knitted
mum.
space
My
suit.
grand's a big deal in the space age. She combines those two.
Awesome.
She leads you down the way. As you get along this corridor, you see Bofas, this chap, tall guy, and he's in like a black and red kind of house sort of coat, kind of indoor sort of clothes. He stands and he looks at Ninjak and is like, "Are you staying long? Do you want more food?" And Ninjak's like, no, I just want to introduce my new friends to my auntie. Oh, they said you've got a. Do you have a message for Bofas? Do you want to do that first? I can go and have a chat with Aunt.
Talk to Aunt first. It's all good.
Oh, but back. And she like slaps him on the chest. Like he's a big teddy bear. Like he just looks after his aunt, her aunt.
And we look at him like, we'll come back later.
Yeah.
And he looks at he meets that gaze, Yusuf. And Nina Jack's like, come on. And there is like a sitting room, table, lamp, like a glow globe kind of thing. Doesn't look to be like any sort of big vision, no TV, no that kind of stuff. She is just reading like a tabula. She's obviously reading some sort of book or some stories or something. It's there. And Nina Jack runs over. She's like, "Auntie!" and gives her a hug and a kiss. Same sort of replies. And she looks at her face kind of like, why have you not eaten properly? You should come and eat meals with me every day. Look at you. You're so skinny. But you're not getting any sort of proper sleep over there. Why do you always, and begins, and she's like, Auntie, stop. I brought some people who want to see you. And she gestures over to you. And this old woman kind of turns around. Old woman, short white hair. She's got a shawl on to keep her warm, like extra sort of layers kind of thing. She puts this book down and pushes Nina Jack away and is like, all right, come closer. If you come to see me, you have to step into where I can see you. Ninny, turn up the light. Put the big light on.
Honored.
Yeah, honored, big light.
Is Yusuf or Silsila doing the talking? Oh, it's me because you want to do the. Yeah, that's fine. No,
What's the wee standing up?
just find a plant pot in the corner. I'll explain you from Algo. It's okay. All right then. So I will step forward. I'll guess what seals are probably like a little half bow or something.
Mm-hmm.
I will introduce myself as Silsila Zamil, and then I will say that I'm captain of the.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Our ship, anyway.
Yeah, your ship. You're captain of the ship that came down earlier.
I want to watch your reaction at that point as well.
Okay. She's like, interesting. Okay.
Yes.
And what is Nina Jack says you wanted to see me? What is it you want to?
Well, we're employed, and I'll ask her if she knows who Shanaz is.
Apparently, she doesn't.
Oh wow. I mean that's so unusual. She'd be devastated if she finds out. But anyway,
Beaming down right now.
Yeah.
Straight to the teleport pod.
Asila's like getting the little drop ship ready.
So yeah, I'll explain that basically we have like a patron and we're just sort of flying around exploring the universe, and we thought Nina Jack would be a great fit for our crew, and it'll let her do her engineering projects, get some like real life experience. We promised to feed her properly, and there's enough of her so she'll be able to sleep. And yeah, we just came here to like ask for permission, blessing, sort of thing.
And Nina Jack is like,
Can I read her mind when Silsila said, "Oh, we're from the ship that
Kudat
came
Batil?
down"?
Huda Patil, yeah.
Kudat Batil. I get a
All right, yeah. Make your Mystic Powers roll.
standing in the corner of the room going,
Okay.
"Okay, make my Mystic Powers roll." Here we go.
Oh, yes. Love it. Need to buy a third camera now.
Ah!
Do you want to push
Get a
it?
push. Yep. You get two lots of.
15.
This is a problem with rolling on camera. No, I failed.
Ah,
So
She's too wise and canny. I can't.
she's
it's the white hair. It's made of tinfoil.
yeah. Maybe you're on edge. Maybe you're like maybe it was all them shots you had earlier.
Yeah, I'm really drunk.
You are actually
Maybe you actually do have to go for a wee before you can use your psychic
I
powers.
Maybe.
was trying to read the mind.
No,
of the
don't do that.
plant.
I'm going to build up some kind of like psychological.
yeah. So yeah, you try to focus, but like you just read everybody in the area, and it just comes through as like this muffled jumble of voices and stuff.
Oh yes,
and
I was
and
observing.
yeah, maybe you do just like I just need to use the bathroom.
Didn't react when I.
She didn't seem to like react or stuff. Ninny's like, well, you want to offer me a job? You came all this way to offer me a job? Oh, that's amazing. Look, I could be like, and then I could save up some money and I could go to the university. Do you know they have big universities on Coriolis, so I could do some like engineering courses? Or and she's like this, off and
I
her
just
auntie
godlike,
is
yeah.
like, shush, shush, and she looks at you, Cecil. She's like, how do I know you can keep my ninny safe? She's my last member of family. She is very important to me.
I mean, we have a. I look at Yusuf and I'm gonna say it. What we're gonna do? I was gonna claim landing the ship after the bomb. I don't know how you would know that. So I'm just madly like just eyeballing you sideways, realizing that you're swaying. Thinking shit. So I guess I will say that we
I
have.
have to say, Silsila's one of the best pilots that I've ever seen. Can land in a tornado.
She sits there. She goes, "Oh, maybe the icons do. Maybe the messenger. What's the messenger? Who does the trade? Yeah, it is the messenger. I think he does the. Need to check my icons quick to the core book.
Oh, Jack, you want me to get it?
No, it's all right. I've got the
Okay.
PDF here.
But yeah, I will say that we have a powerful and important patron. Lots of time to brush upon our own skills and interests. I could actually teach her to fly. We have other crew people who can share their talents and skills as well. It was I used to fly. I show on my socks. I used to fly for the space agency.
She looks at you. So she looks at Yusuf's socks. She's like, well,
Point
maybe
out the embroidery.
maybe the merchant does speak to us today. I offer you the chance to prove you are reliable and good at your job, keeping people safe. I have been tasked with looking after a scientist, and she says the word with like, the same way she's like a heathen. A criminal, and bearing but the people you've just sat in a cantina and played Shah, not with, but around, this is harsh language. I've been tasked with looking after this scientist. He's out in the, and she gestures to an area because Millie can't find the name of the ravine that he's in. Archaeology and research into the humanites that are out there. He says he's got a few days left of research, but he's also had his science stations trashed. He's had his research server stolen, and I'm not sure he's gonna last another night. Bothas has done all he can to keep this boy safe, but you are as good as looking after people. Perhaps you can keep him safe until he's finished his research, keep him alive, and then you can, if she agrees, take Ninajak, my last member of family, away from me, and leave this poor widow alone
I mean,
on an acid moon to die.
you know, there's like telecommunication, right? Still talk to her.
And then Ninajak's like, yeah, I mean, we just have to pass, but and she's like, alone to die. Jack's like, oh,
I mean, all right. What has Bofast done for this scientist then? Has he been busy recently?
Well, this scientist Lana, he's out doing this humanite research, funded by another off-planet patron.
Okay. You guys ever go off planet, you and Bofast?
And she looks, do I look like I could do atmospheric re-entry?
Oh,
You look like it would take a lot to trouble you.
You just send Bofast instead.
Bofast doesn't really go. He's here to look after me. Aside from a few errands, he's never very far. Anyway, this kid, his server was stolen. Bofast had to go and knock some heads together in the town. It was returned, broken. Ninajak had to repair it for him. And Ninajak, yeah, no, it was not actually that hard because all I had to do is he's been beaten up. He's had his dig sites trashed. He has to uncover things, and
What?
she does like that sort of like scrubby
Does he?
kind of.
Do you know like why?
Well, he's researching the humanites who live out on the ridges. They're adapted to this shitty atmosphere.
Oh, they like breathe the green gas stuff.
Yeah, they're fine. They don't need houses and stuff. But he doesn't think, well, he agrees with his patron that they aren't from this planet. Like they weren't
Okay.
they've been settled here. Question is, who settled them here? Apparently that's a very important question. I think mining and can we make enough money to cover our quotas this month is a very important question. But apparently, who settled the humanites on here is another interesting question. That she was willing to pay plenty burr for it. And who am I to argue with rich women who arrive and have fancy spaceships?
Oh, who's that?
She was called Sabitha. She stayed here for a couple of days. Brought the scientist with him.
Oh, like, recently.
No, cycles ago. Segment. Start the Cyclade.
Oh,
Little scientist
Interesting.
can't hold his liquor. Got very drunk at the Cyclade ball.
You did, sorry?
Scientist, Lana.
okay.
Anyway, she paid me board and room and everything to keep him. Barely stayed in the house. Bofast takes a food drop to him every now and again. He normally stays out in the. And again, she gestures to the place that I have not found the name for in the text.
So we should probably have a chat with Bofast about all this stuff, right?
I mean, he probably knows where he is right now.
Sure.
You go and chat with Bofast, and I will have a chat with Nini about whether she wants to leave the planet.
Yeah, I mean, those universities are amazing. You guys should definitely talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember that one on Debaran we went to?
Oh, I didn't understand what half those people were like.
It was
And
crazy,
then he's
wasn't
like,
it?
the academy on Debaran where they do the astrophysics and the maths.
Oh,
Auntie,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
and
yeah.
that kind of stuff. And she's
Yeah,
like,
everyone's
oh.
just talking in equations. It was like, wow.
Yeah, Nini
Yeah.
just goes off. And you can hear, like, the Salt Widow, she sort of turns and she's like, Bofast, these off-planet folk want to talk to you about the scientist. And you can hear, like, yes, ma'am, from down the corridor. There's like a movement, and he stands in the doorway, and he's like, so, and he sort of like politely gestures this way, turns
Yeah.
around and
Yeah, I'd
walks.
be like, so
Cool.
Bofast, we've just come down from the station. Bit of
Both
a
us beat both us up.
we just beat the
Mild-
shit out of him in the other room.
Oh, okay, then fair enough then.
No, I'm
But,
joking.
yeah, mildly bumpy flight, you know. Yeah.
Are you going to try and
Yeah,
read his
that's
mind?
exactly what I'm talking about. Is,
Anytime I do that, it's read mine.
Oh, damn it. I thought
Okay.
you just put your turtle bandana on.
I become Donatello. I love this.
One success.
Excellent. All right. Enough. All right. So both us, when you say very bumpy flight,
Bit of a bumpy flight. I'm not saying. I'm going to, downplay it.
you're going to downplay it. Okay. So both us, when you say bit of a bumpy flight, Yusef is what does he think? 'Cause he just look both us up a minute.
I mean,
He
if there
thinks,
was-
meh.
Yeah.
He
He
thinks
lived.
10,000 burr.
I'll get you next time. Gadget."
I'll
get you me,
next time,
It was Tuesday.
Awesome.
Yeah, and if both asses got a TV, like we just flick the CCTV to like cast it to it, like so both ass. And I'll ask him, make small talk and ask him about the scientist who we beat up in town.
Okay. So when Silsila's like a bit of a bumpy flight, there is in Bofas's like surface kind of thoughts, like, yeah, but I knew you'd survive. Kind of thing.
Okay, to shoot him through the liver and say, "You'll be alright."
Sure, you'd be fine.
And then he's got-
So he invites you into, which is basically the kitchen kind of thing. You notice there is like a book of the icons, like the scripture kind of thing, on the desk, on the table. It's closed. There's a bookmark in it. Like clearly he's been reading through some stuff. Also like a meal, like and it's set out nicely. Like he's eating. You know, even when he's just eating by himself, he's still put out like the plate and the napkin and the knife and the fork and a glass and that kind of stuff. He's not, not doing this like uncultured. And then, yeah, so it's all set out, and he's like, "Have you eaten? Do you need some more food?"
I'm okay, thank you. We had lots
Yes,
of
please.
dates and bread and soup and
Alright.
stuff.
So
It
he
was
gets-
soup. Where was the soup? Sorry.
Yeah, he gets you some sort of like, and it's probably for Yusef like familiar kind of
Yeah.
food. It's like miners, like
Mm.
full of fat and stodge and carbs and
Oh yeah.
like a big
It's like some dumplings in
Yeah,
a
big
in a like a thick stew or something
hot
like.
pot style stew kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's the local lizards. They catch them, and if you roast them over, and he goes into the sort of stuff.
Even better.
Yum, yum, yum. Good stuff, nicely spiced. Big stodgy dumplings and.
Knicker dumpling.
He's like, so you're gonna help look after the scientist then, Lana?
It seems so, yeah. So what's he getting? I mean, who did you beat up?
There's a local, I wouldn't call it militia. They don't want to find out more about the humanites, because if you have humanites that have origins, then they're maybe people or something. Why is he?
Oh, like then you have to give a shit about how they feel.
Yeah, they're very much like, you shouldn't research. Like, he's not researching how the lizards arrived on Gina. Why would we research when the humanites came? But his patron, she was very emphatic that we should find out what's going on about this.
Okay.
That's good.
Any idea why? Did they ever mention anything about the why? Because I mean, like, if someone said go to this gas-covered planet and figure out why some humanites are there, I mean, it's kind of arse end of, no offense, But it's
he
like
holds his hand up. He's like, yeah,
it's
no.
arse end of nowhere research. I mean, there must have been a lot of burr involved.
Yeah, I think she paid does a fair chunk to feed him. I mean, we've made a massive amount of profit on that because he barely eats, barely comes back from found it a second ago. Barely comes back from his research location.
Is it another town?
No, there's no other
be a
towns on this.
ravine, won't
It's
Oh.
on is that it? No.
It's got a little pod on a crest somewhere or something.
Yeah, he's got so he's doing like an archaeological dig. Out near he's been out to the salt plains for a bit. He's also been to you might have seen them. They're called the Three Sentinels, three big pillars out in the plains.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's been there for a bit. He spent a little while near the Jamsa Drop, which is like this this
A
like,
big hole.
hole. But it's odd because there's nowhere else around that's dropped in that same kind of way. It's almost like the tecton.
Like an artificial geological feature.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. It's really like he's spent a lot of time out there looking at it. He's got lots of big words for it. I don't fully understand.
Well, I like rocks. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, but he moves between those places depending on where his research is. And he pulls up a tabula. Give me a moment.
So he came back to town and then someone beat him up.
Well, he's been back to town and I've had to stop people, harassing him. They've also gone out a couple of times to
Track him down.
They've knocked his pod off one of the sides of the anchor point, so he's rolled down into a ravine before now. We've had to take Nina, Jack, and I have had to take like cars and a winch to pull him back out. They stole his little mini server where he's been storing his data. Threw that in some of the acid ponds. Really stuff that's making, but the guy is not to be stopped. I think they're probably going to escalate to killing him.
Who's doing this then? Is it just locals or is there an
anti-patron?
A concerted effort by
It's-
someone?
Like at first we just thought it was, well, I thought it was just folks being, don't
Idiots.
engage with the
Yeah,
humanites. They're they're not people, don't bother. And now I'm starting to think it's folks who are concerted trying to stop him.
Like the Mine Lord.
I don't know whether it's him. He does have a
Humanite workforce.
no, he doesn't employ
What would-
humanites. We don't have any humanites in the city. Like they
What would be the impact if they discovered some phenomenal origin story? Would they suddenly not be able to mine this whole area?
No, that's the thing. Like if they
Okay, so why beat him up? Why stop him?
I guess because they're just bigots.
Oh, it's good old fashioned hate. Right. Okay. Cool.
And Bofas is like, hey, either
That's
way.
fair. I'm from Algol. I get it.
He's like, oh yeah, shithole. But yeah, so the Mine Lord, and he laughs as he does it. He's got they call themselves the Red Hand. You can see it on some of their work gear. Like they've taken some of the paint and just put a red hand on some of their stuff. They're like
Ooh.
I know.
I defo scared.
They beaten him up a few times. They work for the Mine Lord. I've never been actually be able to pin whether it's them just picking on an outsider or whether the Mine Lord has said they shouldn't let him dig. But either way, the kids, like, we've been paid to let him do his science, and he's not breaking any laws.
Sure. No, it makes sense. I get your point of view.
Tell me about his patron then.
Old woman, not as old as the widow. Smoked like these weird cigars. Seemed really emphatic about learning about where these humanites had come from. Really intrigued, like what was their origin. Obviously, she's paid him thousands of burr and paid us a hefty chunk to do the research.
Run into any trouble in town as well?
She ran into a bit, but she did give them a bit of a return. Like she can cuss.
Who did you fall out with?
She was just a lone old woman. I think they thought they could try and hustle her for shit, and they failed. Made friends with the widow real good. Pair of them.
Okay.
But stayed maybe here not more than 10 days. Set up the scientist. Made some trades with different folks for supplies. Paid up and shipped out.
Shipped out, yeah.
I think she might have called in with and he laughs, with the witch doctor.
What now?
The who, what, where?
He's been here a very long time. He does readings and, you know.
I look at Silsilla with a look of excitement in my eyes.
That kind of stuff. You can take it whether it's superstition or she does actually see things from the icons. Who knows? She's an
Maybe
old
she's
woman.
blessed.
Maybe.
All right then. Any other questions, Yusuf?
No, not right now.
So, Belfast, I don't suppose you know where we can get and I'll reel off the parts that we need.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Nina Jack has that kind of stuff. Have you spoken to her about it?
Yeah, I don't think she has them in stock.
No, I'm pretty sure she does.
Would have said if she did.
You're very sure.
That's how business works, right? You go, hey, can I have a thing? And someone goes, I have it, but I'm going to keep it and not sell it. And normally they just say, and you know.
Have you seen Nina Jack's warehouse?
Yes.
I'm guessing admin and paperwork are not her strong suits.
I've tried. No. She's chaos.
Yeah,
Good.
but it's great.
But chaos. And you can see like this man who's got his neat little dinner plate and stuff laid out in his book and stuff.
Oh, she'll fit right in there.
Like, yeah, she's chaos. So let me know when you want to go and see the scientist. I can.
Well, hey, you know, we can. Where is he?
We get some map coordinates.
Yeah, you get some map coordinates, and I will definitely.
Sure. Yeah,
We
I
should
didn't
go
expect
now. I mean, we don't know how long we've got until our patron recalls us.
I mean, it is quite late in the evening. That's Millie explaining to the characters, not
characters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the
I mean,
players.
The
not,
voice of the GM coming down.
like,
It's late.
It's late.
yeah, it is.
I mean,
late.
yeah. We
Why don't we
have to-
just like crash for the night? We'll go back to the ship or something. I don't know. We had to drive in, didn't we?
Yeah.
We'll go
I mean,
to that.
It would only be an
Go
hour.
to that moor whether we could like, you know, spend the night or drive back to the
Yeah,
ship
yeah.
and chill out.
Right, you want to go to the moor?
We'll see if Nina Jack wants to come with us, or whether she's staying here.
You walk back in, and Nina Jack is like, "No, it would be like literally on her knees, sort of like, oh, it would be so much fun, and it'd be cool." Like, and like Auntie is like, "All right, Nina Jack, why don't you sleep on it, and let's see if they're good people."
Yeah, let's see if we're good people.
Yeah. And Nina Jack is like, "Okay, fine. I'm staying here tonight." And Auntie is like, "Yeah, sure. But first I'll make up the couch for you." Do you need directions to sleep? Have you got things sorted? Says the auntie.
Got the location. We're going to head out first thing in the morning. We need a bit of a nap. I think I may have had one too many of those
Dates.
games with Jack. I'll say. Yeah. Do you recommend someone to stay, or I don't know what we're doing still? We heading back to the ship?
The widow, she says you should stay on your ship. There's nowhere nice to stay in town these days.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah. Can we
borrow that ground car?
thing?
Oh, yeah. Nina Jack
Bring it
is
back
like,
tomorrow.
like yeah, and throws you like some sort of key or something.
Okay.
I'll give it to Silsilla, actually.
Yeah.
You drive, don't you?
I do, yeah.
You
Do a
got
couple of
piloting.
donuts and head off.
Go loop the loop. All right, so everybody sleeps. Is that what we're going to do? Please,
Yes, it is.
everybody sleeps. Thank you. Good. I appreciate
In
that.
the middle of the night, I'd like to know.
I would like to read everybody's minds, including people I haven't met.
That's just Silsilla.
Yeah.
No, they stole my drink, so I just had the tea.
You just had
yeah.
tea, yeah?
But yeah, because we only had 2 shot glasses and both.
No, they bought a jug of stuff. We had 2
drinking out of the
glasses,
jug
but they
like he-
bought.
2 shots meant 2 shot glasses, not 2.
Yeah.
I know, but Nina Jack took my shot glass at the start.
That's true. That's true. Should I erase some money from my thing?
Yeah, only like 200 bear,
Okay.
which wouldn't even get you
Wow.
a bottle of water up on the
Yeah.
swell.
Yeah.
All right, so we sleep. It is an uninterrupted sleep, except for when Kirsch is like, I think I could replace this, this, and this while I'm doing it. You know, like, now we've got this panel open. That sort of stuff.
Do I hear this?
Shut up! I go to sleep.
Yeah, like she stood at the end of your bed with a part.
Yeah.
Like, now I would like to refurb this part of the engine, please.
I'd just be like, there's someone who's got like a whole space of parts.
I'd also like to clean this part of the engine. That kind of stuff, creepily over the edge of the bed.
The engine is on.
Oh, yes, stop
You know,
it.
I have no idea if Skivara even sleep.
Yeah, they do sleep. They are mortal. They do not do that weird, like, thing of sharks where they don't really sleep, but they also
Well, you know, if they
only
have
use
like
half
a
the
different
brain to
method of,
process or
like,
something.
dopamine reuptake, might not need to sleep. So.
Do you know, on drive-through there is probably a community-created content on the biology of Skivara. I'll go and find it and download it and use
just
it.
make our own up.
I know, but why not just do something on the...
That's that guy on Sunday. Make it canon.
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll tell you about that guy on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably shouldn't refer to him as that guy, should I?
That guy, yeah. When,
But I'm
when
unsure
folks find out who that guy is...
Dude, you know.
Yeah. So we sleep. In the morning, we wake. How early does Shanaz wake?
Crack of dawn, I think.
Like,
Your last day on Earth, you should enjoy as much of it as possible.
Absolutely.
okay. And are you gonna like write your will or anything? I don't know.
Probably not a lot of point because they'll erase it if they want to, but I will dictate a message to the boys on the off chance that I do get killed.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna like, if I don't come back and cancel this, schedule a message essentially.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we're going to have to rush back when we get that.
I
Won't
am
be too
dead.
late by then.
You are
She's fine.
dead. Please understand. Here is all my blackmail files. Please become millionaires. Oh wait, who am I talking to? I've not attached it anyway.
I don't know how to attach files.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a lie.
Yeah, like
Follow-up
before you
email
kill
from
me,
Basile.
could you attach things to this email for me?
Yeah. All right. So we wake up very early. We have our morning routine. Is like, aside from like scheduling this message that we may or may not find out the contents of, is there anything else Shanaz does before heading over to the
Yeah, I think she's probably going to dress down as well, but also to a degree, something that you can move in, just in case the history lesson involves punching each other.
Yes. Renowned educational lessons. As a teacher, you must know of this. Yeah. Okay.
Micro grenade bracelet.
Light, comfortable. Are you taking your fan?
No, I don't think I will.
Okay. This early in the morning, there are very few people moving around the spa, around the resort. Obviously, there are those guests who are like, I have this routine where I get up at 3 a.m. and read 6 books and then, record a vid to send to my follower, that kind of entrepreneur mania.
And I will put them down as I walk past them.
Mm-hmm. Good.
For the good of all.
Yes. You're a liar. You haven't been to bed yet. Kind of stuff. So there are people like that at the spa. So you're not the only one around. But it is notably quieter. You see this strange thing of people cleaning, because it's one of the few times when folks won't be paying attention. So there are people like staff cleaning. The bazaar is not active, and that kind of stuff. You make your way through to the courtesan lounge, and it is understandably quiet, empty, sedate, and the gentleman courtesan is there again, and so is Hera, and again she is sat at this low table. She has a number of like tabulas with her, and a book as well. Like an actual printed book. You head over, and I sit down, greet her.
Yeah, but in the kind of way that you might greet a teacher rather than a peer this time.
Oh, okay. So
a hint of respect to it, yeah.
Extra honorifics, formal.
Not like that kind of grovelly.
No, but like
bowing stuff. But
I was thinking more, like the way, like in Japanese sort of grammar, where it would be the long form of the verb, that kind of stuff, and it would not be, that kind of stuff. All right, so we sit down, we politely, like reverently greet her, and she sits and she says, "You have caused great discord in the normal, quiet conversations of the Alarm's temple, Shanaz. Will not lie, there are some who think I should just kill you right now. There are some who aren't certain that your training is honest. Those who are trained in Mira don't think that we should have our courtesans trained on Coriolis. And those who are trained on Coriolis say that you are a true courtesan as much as any of the Miran graduates. Factions within factions, and everybody falling out over your use of the word Uhaya." And
I understand.
She takes a deep sigh. "You should be very careful in the coming months, in the coming segments. And I'm to tell you of some of our history. Do you know what happened hundreds of years ago? Before even the Zenith had arrived."
The arrival of the first come.
Hmm.
Well, I'll tell her what I do know about that.
Yeah. So she nods. "And do you know of
Is it possible for me to hazard a guess as to where there might be possible gaps in my education, given that there is a potted history of Coriolis, and I'm sure that if you're educated enough, it probably looks a little bit pat, and there'd be a couple of bits where the history is resolved nicely and neatly and tied up with a little bow."
Yeah, okay. Make I guess it's a culture roll.
Three successes.
All right, so critical success. So she is talking about even before Coriolis was formed, because Coriolis was formed from the bones of the Zenith, which arrived 63 cycles ago, and she's talking about before then. before then, there were like wars between the first horizon and this horizon, and partly what caused this horizon to be cut off from the other two, which caused a little bit of drama when the Zenith arrived, because they were from the first horizon, but it turns out that they were the Zenith and not, part of that kind of stuff.
There was the other ship as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, which got lost. We don't know where that is. It's still not arrived.
What's the other ship called? Is it Aphelion?
I can't remember off the top. Obviously, she'll know. I'll find out for us next week. But she talks about back during these wars, after the fleet of Elada, the Imperial fleet, was destroyed. There were lingering of a faction called the Nazarene Sacrifice, and they were devoted to a creature of a creature that she says is of the darkness beyond the stars, known as the Beast, known as Uhaya. They followed Uhaya blindly, and their blasphemy was in blood, sacrifice, murder, and their taint on the horizon needed to be eradicated. So the temple worked alongside with the martyr. I have to get this right. Otherwise it gets wrong. So the temple worked alongside with the temple worked alongside with the martyrs' warriors to eradicate Uhaya and this Nazarene sacrifice from the horizon. It was a long and deep kind of infiltration of these cults, these factions from the first horizon. Because if we tipped that we knew they were still here, they would go underground and we would not eradicate them from our society. After this infiltration, which the Black Lotus spies were deep within the Nazarene sacrifice, there was a blockade on a location called Rusha. Their base was on Octagon Rusha in Oedicon, and the venomous heart of the cult, hidden in the city of Behemoth, an ancient underground, well-defended fortress, was cut off, and a cleansing fire was swept across the horizon by the Black Lotus to eradicate the Nazarene sacrifice. This was 100, like 100 or so, like 150 cycles ago. So if the Zephyra arrived 63, it was about 90 or so odds before that in the Portal Wars, and they basically spent like a year eradicating the Nazarene sacrifice from...
Is she talking about the place on Debaro?
No.
Okay.
But when she talks about this underground fortress... where
it sounds very familiar, doesn't it?
It's like, oh shit. And the more she sort of talks about how they went through the horizon like fire, burning out the cultists, cauterizing it, destroying it, what you said, like the stories you told her, it's clear that...
But they didn't finish the job.
Yeah, one interpretation of the events you've had is they haven't finished the job. Like, they failed. So you can infer why your stories, and she's taken them back to the Black Lotus, has caused like this argument amongst the elders, the senior members of the Lotus, who are saying, this courtesan has stumbled into things and she's misinterpreting it. She's just, I mean, look at her. She's a dizzy dancer. She's been on that kind of stuff. And others are like, yeah, but she is a Coriolis trained courtesan. She is loyal to us and she has used things in the way we have taught her. And she's not, so you can understand, like, the PR. Shanaz understands the PR spin both ways.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She's been using the Dizzy Bimbo thing for months.
Yeah.
Well, her entire life, I imagine. But yeah, extensive, detailed, thorough education in a wide variety of cultural things.
So Hera tells you of this story of how they eradicated the Nazarene sacrifice, how they worked with other factions who they may not have had total political ideological agreements with, but in this one instance, the
enemy of my enemy is my erstwhile ally.
And then also, like, she talks about how she was the Alarms Temple worked with the Seekers out of Mira and moved through and like that kind of stuff, and all kinds of things where that she relays this history of how they wiped out this cult, and how opposed they are to the First Horizon and the terrible things that they've done in the Portal War. And so at the end of like this education where she talks about, and she will mention like specific battles and specific like people who Shanaz will know as like, the poet of such and such a place. And she was like, was an Alarms Temple, was a Black Lotus agent and was there to kill so-and-so. And the dancer of, the dance troupe of such and such were there. All these stories where like people accidentally died, or dancers just happened to murder someone and that kind of stuff. And she claims they're part of like the Black Lotus larger conspiracy to eradicate the Nazarene sacrifice, and the locals have spun it into a tale that means a parable, a metaphor, that kind of stuff. And it's like the
reason that we carry the memoirs of Mazelman around and stuff like that, a lot of them do, is it's probably got ciphers and things in it that are relevant to very, very few of the courtesans, but most of them have got it in their possession because everybody learns those poems.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And she gives this like underscoring illumination to a lot of the things that you've been taught. And it's like, oh, okay, no, I know that story on the back of my hand, and oh, that's what it means. And you understand a little bit more whether you choose to kind of follow that path. Like the Black Lotus are infamous for their use of memes, and the memes in Coriolis are like things that take over your brain and can either
proper memes, not like funny pictures on the
not
internet.
like things that can take over your brain and sort of paralyze you or corrupt your brain so you can't function, or almost in another way like conditioning. So like someone could trigger a meme and you would just stab the person to your right, that kind of stuff. The Black Lotus are very infamous for being able to use these with alarming precision, the right meme in the right place.
God, yeah, viral memetics is lethal.
Yeah, so there's and she essentially for you here in this privacy confirms that's true.
She's plugging a couple of gaps in the education. Yeah,
she's filling in these bits and pieces, telling you about this almost secret history that nobody now shares about the Nazarene sacrifice and how they were a foothold of a terrible past, a terrible cultism and that kind of stuff. And at the end of it, she sort of says, so you understand why you are to continue a tightrope, and we are undecided on your fate, Shanaz.
I will continue to walk the path before me.
It's a dangerous path, but I assume any courtesan knows she is.
We could all be killed at a moment's notice on the whim of a patron. I'm trying to use the education I have been given in the best way that I can for the benefit of as many as I can. The Vapid Mask is just that.
The Vapid Mask is a very well worn one. You have confused or convinced many of my peers. Only those who were also trained on Coriolis who have vouched for your loyalty rather than
She would probably give a little bit of a slightly proud smile if some of the Mirren folk have been fooled by it as well. Like,
yeah, so you're
good.
Yeah, this is essentially like she's like if you had not trained, you know, the folks who you have trained with have said are vouching for you, but the other faction of courtesans are pretty much like, no, she's probably a cultist murderer, is what's going on here. Let me just find one more thing for as she asks you to continue to update her on your exploits and implores you to consider no detail too small for her. And see, where is it? She asks you to pay attention to a certain number of courtesans who might be in the near future someone she either needs to befriend or she's offering you a test of loyalty. Like she says these folks are in not as grave a situation as you are, but should they misstep in the coming cycles, you might be required to visit them and reinforce their allegiance to the courtesan training they've received. She mentioned, remember a while ago, and
Tanana?
Yes, she mentions that young lady as one of them, this rising star of the horizon.
Shanaz Mark II.
Yeah, Shanaz Mark II. She mentions Tanana. And with that, she understands I've given you a lot to meditate on. And you should meditate deeply, Shanaz. But understand there is nowhere in the horizon that the temple will not be able to continue its education with you, which is a very unveiled threat of you're going to run away and we're going to stab you in the dark. She offers you like stay, have breakfast, have a brunch, that kind of stuff. Bottomless brunch starts in an hour, that kind of stuff. But I must go and attend to other details. And
I'll trade a cipher with her or something that we can use to do that whole Bene Gesserit conversation thing.
Because the Black Lotus have them.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? Raiding her and going, oh, there's a whole bunch of cultists in this town. Probably not a great plan.
No, not a great plan. But yeah, she shares that with you as well. And yeah, it was to Shanaz a whole education of stuff that she is probably suspected, but that sort of thing. How do we go from 3 to 7?
Yeah.
Where are the? I've got 3 and I've got 7. I'm assuming Cecilia and Yusuf sleeping because they are boys who got drunk.
I did not get drunk.
Right.
He did.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
But what we'll do is we'll come back to that next week because it's 11:15.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is that right?
Yeah.
wake up with Silsilla just sat there at the edge of the
No, I'm talking to Kirsch about Nina Jack and how she's got like a warehouse full of parts she might bring with her that need organising and sorting.
I can do that. Do that. Sorting I like, yes. Catalogs. Can I show you my Excel sheet?
Yeah, why not?
I've one. I've categorized all kinds of capybara. I've graded them from
Is it
pictures.
true that pink on the inside?
I would not know. That's good. But yeah, we'll get to whatever Bofas has started or deceived you, or I don't know. I do know. I'm trying not to give it away. Doing it badly. But thank you for playing Coriolis with me. I'm very excited about I love Coriolis.
Lore dump.
Yeah, there was a bit of a lore dump this evening. Yeah,
We like a good lore dump.
Oh yeah.
it was a lore dump.
Tell them about that guy. For everyone.
Oh, I should tell everybody about that guy. Well, what we should do, right, is talk about what's happening on Garbalag this week, because it's only Tuesday, and we'll get to the thing with that guy.
Oh, special thing that people should hang around and listen to.
Yeah, special thing. Folks should hang around and listen to a thing that's going to happen later on this week. But it's only Tuesday. What's happening Wednesday? Someone help me.
Age of Sigmar, Soulbound.
Oh, yes, of course.
Hallowed are the
I know
gods.
that.
See that?
Yeah.
Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
And that is the superhero style version of
It's messy already.
Warhammer. Is it?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah. They're like decimating hordes of foes and stuff. It's like
okay.
they're going. It's proper Age of Sigmar.
Oh, cool. Good. Rather than like, I've just hit the rat and then it hits me back and
I've
I'm
got
dead.
another case of the galloping trots.
Trench foot is a real thing in the world of
Yeah,
Warhammer.
excellent. All right. So that's Wednesday. Warhammer Wednesdays. Age of Sigmar. Soulbound. What was it called again?
Hallowed
are the
gods.
gods.
Hallowed are the gods.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Thursday is.
The One
The
Ring.
One Ring.
Oh yeah, I managed to catch some this week. We was mists. There were songs in the mists.
Oh yeah.
It was very,
Skipping through the mist.
It was very like, and I don't mean this in like an insult. It was very cutesy Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
if that
yeah,
makes
yeah, yeah.
sense. It was
Yeah, yeah.
like
It was very Hobbit, that one.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, it was horribly cute the way the Black Numenorian had like trapped our minds in sorrow and darkness.
So adorable, but it was just like, oh no, we're still. And every time it was like, can I use my rustic feature to?
Yeah, that's great.
I'm rustics, all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing.
Trade Farmer.
Trade farmer.
Also on Thursday is the continuation of the Achtung Cthulhu
And it's
Winter of
definitely
Fear.
happening this week because it's Thanksgiving.
Oh no, it's not happening this
Oh,
week
okay.
because it's Thanksgiving. That's right. Well remembered. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving's break, which is good because we're 3 sessions in. Which means we'll break for Thanksgiving and have 3 more sessions.
Yes.
I only realized this because I uploaded the 3rd session to the podcast feed, which reminded me. I'm going to catch up. There's a podcast on the Garbalag podcast feed. You can catch up with that. You can go there and download all the Modifius things. There's loads. Loads and loads. Join the crew, folks. Catch
Fabulous
up
prizes to be won.
Fabulous prizes to be won. Catch up with that, and then you can come back next week, jump into the Forest of Fear, and win more fabulous prizes. So there's no North American. Friday, Space Pirates.
Sky Pirates.
Sky Pirates. Close.
Yeah. Very close. Good effort.
Not Booze Astral Menagerie Pirates. Just
No.
Sky Pirates.
No. We're not spell jamming. We're
Sky jamming.
Sky jamming.
Cool. And are you playing 5e?
Yeah.
5e. How's that going? Thunderstepped into other ships?
Just ridiculously, it's brilliant. No, we decided that we were going to take my sorcerer into hand-to-hand combat with like 12 guys because that seemed like a logical thing to do.
They're proficient in no armor. Are they?
Agreed. Yeah, that's
no,
true. I
no
believe they can wear leather. Maybe.
Basic armor.
I can't remember. It didn't matter anyway.
Okay.
I kind of exploded my way into the crowd because
Thunderstep is the best spell ever.
it was open door lightning bolt. Thunderstep. What's going on?
Oh,
Oh.
people. Yeah, awesome. 5e shenanigans on a Friday night.
Do we
And
have
then-
anything happening at the weekend?
And then I'm going to talk to some guys about Coriolis this weekend. Folks who might be aware, but
Some guys.
yeah, but folks might be aware, book 3 of the campaign we're running. We're in book 2. Tonight we're doing book 2. Book 3 of the campaign has just been sort of pre-ordered. And Freely normally do a thing where if you pre-order the book, you get an instant. Somebody at Free League then sends you a drive-through link to get the PDF of the beta. The next book, what is it called?
Cyclade on Fire.
No,
Oh.
that was its working title.
Flamey Horizon.
Bring me the horizon.
Bring Me the Horizon. I think it is called.
Hotmail.
Oh shit! Everything's on fire.
Oh shit! The
This
whole
is
horizon
fine.
is
It should be
broken.
called This is
Um,
fine.
Coriolis, Mercy of the Icons. In the wake of the Icons is book 3. Wake of the Icons.
Oh, that's a really cheery name, isn't it?
I know, right? But that's so folks have got the beta for that. And folks like me have read it because spoilers. I need the spoilers. I need to know what's happening next. But on Sunday, there is going to be a Coriolis GM's fireside chat, which includes the very chap who is the lead designer and wrote all of Mercy of the Icons, Ricard and Troya, along with myself, Matthew from the Effect podcast. Who did you play with, Matthew or Dave for the Alien one?
Dave.
Dave. So the other half of the Effect podcast, Matthew, who has also been GMing Coriolis Mercy of the Icons. And if remember we mentioned last week the Voyage of the Ghazali, he was actually one of the players that I ran Voyage of the Ghazali for. So Matthew's going to be joining us. And then there is also, and I need to get my list out so I say their names properly. There is also Jakob Skatula, who has done, if anybody's checked out any of the community content, he's done like the Combat Reloaded and the Coriolis, who's one of the contributors to the Coriolis Atlas, which is tells you a lot more about the horizon and all the different places you can do rather than what's just in the core book. And James Semple, who is over on the Facebook group, he's a GM for Coriolis there. And myself, we maybe have one more special guest coming on. I was watching some Discord, some things.
Oh.
We may be, and depending if we can convince them, we might have. No, I'm not going to say it because he hasn't agreed, and then I'll get in trouble. I'll get in trouble. And we might have one more
tease.
special guest, but that's going to be
Keanu Reeves.
it's
isn't it?
Keanu Reeves, yeah, Keanu
Knew it.
Reeves. Yeah, absolutely. It's taking a break from his filming schedule. No, it's not Keanu Reeves. But yeah.
Aram Wick.
So there's Ricard, James, Jakob, Matthew, and myself. We're going to be doing a fireside chat. 17:30 GMT Sunday here on Garblag. Join us. Drop some questions in chat. It's going to be really like spoiler heavy. So,
Awesome.
So
I'm not going to watch it then.
Pete, Ben, Graham, you're not allowed to watch. Well, you can because you're good players. You're not going to.
It's the plot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put my other hand in the same frame.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about. Obviously, we're going to talk about Mercy of the Icons, and then we're also
We are
gonna-
kind of pinballing our way through plot,
Bing,
aren't
bing,
we?
bing.
It's like bing, 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 bing.
It's the best way.
It's the best way. So yeah, they were going to talk about the whole 3-book campaign. We're going to talk a little bit about the mechanics. Like darkness points is often quite a sticking point for folks in Coriolis. Matthew, I know, has views. And then if you've got questions for like Ricard or any of us, join us. And then we'll upload it onto YouTube afterwards.
Or come on our Discord, put them in the Coriolis channel,
Yeah, that'd be really helpful.
and we can save them up for
Sunday.
for Sunday.
Be really helpful, yeah. And then
That'd
we
be
can
cool.
Prepare them. And also, while you're in the Garblag Discord, in the Coriolis channel, Ask me about Capybara Dice, because I still haven't told anybody else about it. But ask me about Capybara Dice. I will share some weird stuff for you.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's Sunday. So that's going to be everything we're doing this week.
What time is it on Sunday?
17:30 GMT.
17:30 GMT.
17:30 GMT. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will mention it in Discord and Twitter and Facebook and stuff. So don't forget. But if you're not subscribed to the Twitch channel, do it now, because then you'll get a little notification that'll say we're live.
Or live,
You'll know.
depending how you wish to pronounce that word.
Yeah, we live. We live. But yeah, cool. If you've missed any of the previous sessions of this, or Hallowed Are the Gods, or the cute Lord of the Rings RPG, come and check us out on YouTube, because that's where they all go at the weekend, and give us a like and a subscription and all that jazz over there. But mostly come and see us on Discord and have a chat, because that's a really nice place to see. I'm gonna press a button and the information for the Sunday stream is gonna come up, and I won't have to remind you again, and then we can all go, and I'm gonna finish my beer. Thanks for playing Coriolis. Thanks for joining us for Coriolis. Bye, folks.
Bye.